Hey, you guys, mic check, mic check. I hope that you guys can hear me. Do people still say mic check? I don't know. I guess I just did. Anyway, welcome to the peer version, outside version of the TamaraTamu Collective where dreams have no filter. I had to make this video outside. I'm sorry, I do not have my earpiece with me. I thought I brought it with me, but I'm deciding just to record as is, so hopefully it's not too loud. But I wanted to drop this message before I'm going to actually start I guess you could say, a series about the power of our voice and using our voice to create what we want. And I mean that in the literal sense. I mean seeing our vision, speaking it out loud, and watching it unfold. Okay, so I'm going to start a series just focused on that. But before I do that, this video is sparked by actual conversation. Well, actually, it was a interview that I heard recently, and I won't say the name because not to say that the names don't matter and that the people don't matter, because they do, because this particular individual is making a huge impact, just by a positive impact, just by simply being herself. And from where she was before to where she is at right now, as she continues to expand, she has followed her intuition. All right. So this particular person, she's a mogul. Okay, at this point, that is what she is. And she is a brand all by herself. Her name is a brand. And she doesn't just have one business. She is not just in one industry. She has her hands in hair and beauty. She has her hands in clothes. She's an actor. She has a show for kids. You probably already know who I'm talking about, but let's see, what else does she do? She's got brand deals, licensing, did I say clothes, cooking. She creates vegan food products, and she's done all this because she had her vision was to act. That was her dream, period. Nothing else. And so she was being interviewed by two individuals, and one of the hosts started off this range of questions, asking her to give her strategy, a step-by-step process of how she got to where she was before to this point that she is in now. And so she said, very frankly and quite honestly, she said, I got here because I was following God. Now, depending on, this is not about religion, depending on what your spiritual practice is, from my perspective, I say God, I say intuition, I say higher self. To me, all of those phrases mean the same thing. So when I was hearing her say, I was following God, I was following what hit me, I was inspired in each action step I would take. I didn't know what I was doing, but I felt like this is what I was being prompted or inspired or led by God to do. And to me, it means following intuition. Okay, I don't know if that's what she would call it, but I'm just saying from my perspective, from what I have learned this far, from what I have experienced, it's the same. So anyway, she was, telling the host, she was like, I didn't have a strategy. I didn't have any of that. I didn't know from how to get from step A to step B. I wasn't following any plan. All I had was my vision, and I just moved. With each step, I just moved. I didn't know what I was doing. And she talked about how she got her first branding deal. She had no idea what to even price. What she did was, with each step, she just asked the people that were around her. Some people helped her, some people didn't. But in each step, she just moved, believing and knowing that she was going to get the help that she needed to get her from point 1, 2, 3. And when she explains it, you almost get I'm a visual person, so when I hear people talk, I instantly go to art. Okay, that's just how my brain works. But I imagined that it was just a winding road. It wasn't just from step A to step B, C. It was from A to W to B to F, and it kind of feels like it's all over the place. But when you are inspired, when you are doing things that feels like this is the right step, you don't know how to explain it, and you can't really explain it to other people because to your intellect it doesn't make sense, but somehow you know that this step that you're taking is the right step. And so one of the hosts, going back to the host, one of the hosts, he was listening to what she was saying. Now, from my perspective, he understood that, or maybe he was just pretending, I don't know, but he seemed like he was getting it, and he was embracing what she was saying and taking it to be, okay, this is her experience. But for some reason, the other host, he could not wrap his head around the fact that this mogul, this woman, this businesswoman, this actor, this beauty industry, mogul, that she did not have a strategy. And he kept, every time she would, present an example or something that happened to her to give her story, he would always go back to, well, okay, so can we talk about, the strategy and the steps? He kept saying that, and she just kept saying, she kept staying true to her experience. She kept saying, I know this sounds, I know people don't, she did say this, she said, people don't believe me when I say this, but I did not have a strategy. So why am I talking about this to you? Why am I presenting this to you on my channel? Because I've done videos about following your intuition. I've done videos about how we need to stop looking for the step by step, and how we need to not be concerned with the how, period. And to me, this woman's story is the perfect example of how you cannot possibly get consumed with how, because there is no possible way that your intellect can grasp it. Your soul understands it, but your intellect will not. People around you are not going to understand. She also did not allow the fact that when she was taking the steps, a lot of the steps that she was taking, it seemed as if it had nothing to do with her vision and her dream to want to act. But she just did it because, number one of the very important things that she said was, if you want to say she had a strategy, her strategy was to just be herself completely, not to explain how she wears her hair, not to explain how she talks, not to explain how she dresses, but to simply bring all of her essence into each step that she took, and to do the things that felt true to her. So I guess if she had a strategy, you could say it was just that. I'm also bringing her story up because I'm not trying to tell her story. I can never tell the story of another person, especially somebody I don't even know personally. But it also goes to show how people around you are not going to understand. They're not. And when you're led by intuition, that is not your concern, that they understand the action steps that you're taking. You just have to know that you have embraced what you know to be true for you, that you're staying true to yourself, and you just keep speaking the vision. And that's what she did. It was almost as if she was, and I don't want to put words in her mouth, but to me, it was almost as if every step that she took, she was just saying, this don't make sense. But this feels like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But I am that actor that I see myself as. I am that. I am her. And that's what she did. She spoke it all the time. She had her vision written down, would look at it all the time. And again, she did not get caught up with, okay, how is all of this going to work? How is this all? And then there are some things, some of the industries that she's in, she had that wasn't even a part of her vision, her intellect. That wasn't even a part of it. All she wanted to do was act. So all these other things just unfolded for her. I look at it as, when things like that happen, when what unfolds goes beyond your vision, it's kind of like a dessert or a favor or favors from the universe saying, okay, finally you're just stepping into the identity, and then everything else just unfolds. So what do I want to say? What do I want to end this on is, don't worry about the how. Keep following your intuition. It's not up to other people whether or not your steps and the action steps that you're taking make sense to them or not. It's not their business. You just keep moving. Keep receiving inspiration as you take each step. Ask the people around you for help. Tell them what you need. Tell them, okay, well, I'm doing this, but now I want to do this. Do you know someone? And again, I'll just say this, when it comes to asking questions and asking for help, I talked about this on another video about, how do you receive? Are you able to receive? And so she was just able to receive. Because she was able to receive herself and what she wanted, she was able to receive her vision, she was able to receive help from other people. So that's all I wanted to say. And stay tuned for the next series of videos that I'm going to do, that's just going to be tied in to the power of our words, the power of our vibration of our words, and what happens when we open up our mouth and speak. So, all right, enjoy the rest of the day. Can y'all see this? And I'm purposely holding this phone like this so you can see my background. Isn't that pretty? So, all right. Thank you for watching. Hello, new subscribers. I see you coming through. Thank you. Share this video, like it. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, cheers.